Hello, Lansdowne Choir folks. It's Mr. G. I'm going to walk you through how to submit a voice recording through Google Classroom using your iPhone or an iPad. Now, this is the screen on my iPhone. You can see that I have Google Classroom, the app, already on place. I also brought up the Voice Memos app down the lower left corner. These are really the only two apps we're going to need to make this work. Now, if I click on Google Classroom, it's going to share with me what classes I'm in. You want to make sure you have the choir selected on here because that's going to help you get this in here. Now, on the top of this classroom is going to be the assignment we're going to talk about today, sample voice recording. Now, if I click on this recording, it's going to show me what your teacher, what Mr. G's put in for this assignment. You have the introduction at the top, some information for you as you make the recording, and then some files. Now, where it says online voice recorder, on your phone or your iPad, it doesn't really matter. This is more so for people using Chromebooks or laptops, so ignore it on your iPhone. The solfege assignment number 1, TIFF, is going to be some visual cues, some information that we might use as we're singing some things. This one is going to be your first solfege assignment that you're going to be using. I just have this on here as an example for something that may be passed along. Sometimes it will be a visual, something like that. Other times it will be music that you'll need to bring home from rehearsal in your duotangs. You'll also see down the bottom here, it says your work, and this one says unsubmitted. Yours will probably say not done. This has been unsubmitted because I've done this a couple times, and I've had to unsubmit my work a couple times. Yours should say not done. Now, to turn in your work, all we need to do is to go back to our voice memo app. On my phone, my voice memo app is probably very familiar, very similar to something many of you have used. Push the red button, it records. Push the red button again, it stops. Let's try it and see what happens. And it will set up what you're going to save your voice memo as. Please save this as your assignment. So this is sample voice recording. Don't add in creative wonky titles that I think will be funny because they might get lost somewhere in the mix. Please save them as the title of your assignment and then your name. So I'm going to put Mr. G because it's me. Hit save. Now I have my recording there saved on my phone. Now the easiest way to do this is now if I tap on that file, another kind of menu is going to pop up. On the lower left, there is a box with an arrow pointing up. I click on that one, and now it's going to show me where I can send this file to. There's lots of files and apps on my phone, but the one that we want to send it to is Google Classroom right there in the middle. I click on it. It sends me right to Google Classroom, and I can attach it to an assignment right off the bat. There's the sample voice recording, that first assignment that we looked at originally. This is the assignment I want to attach it to. Click on it. The phone is now attaching the assignment. And right here on the bottom should now be sample voice recording, the one that we just did on our phones. On the bottom, I can add a private comment. Here you go. So I have something to pass on to my teacher. I hit the little airplane to send it along. Now, the one thing you have to make sure you do is click on the blue turn in button. Make sure that gets sent in. It's going to ask you a second time, do you really want to turn it in? You say yes, you turn it in. And it will go through the process of submitting it. This sends us back to our voice memos file because this is where we recorded it from. But I'm going to go back to my home screen and go into Google Classroom, and I'm going to check my work. Now I'm going to go back out to the main classroom screen, and up here it says sample voice recording, and it says unsubmitted. Now that's what it used to say. If I scroll up here and I reload this screen, give it a moment or two, it will say sent. It will see sent in. I'm going to click on the assignment itself one more time. Sample voice recording, big check mark means I am done. Green mark at the bottom says I'm done. Then as Mr. G, your teacher, checks it out, he will have received your recording and you are good to go. It's a really easy way to send along recordings for any of the solfege stuff we're going to be doing, solo work that we're doing, or other things that come up through Google Classroom. If you have any issues, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. But hopefully this works best for you. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.